Let's do it, baby. Go. Hit. Oh, Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. Hey, that's on me. That is on me. I was thinking about spinning and I just kept going. Hey, coach ain't playing fair. Yeah! He like to wear the drip earrings and with the dangleness. He like to wear the dangle earrings, but I love him. Regardless of his earrings, I love him. Where Big B at? Big B! He the ball-headed one, that's tall. Huh? Don't that cop a little hard? Come on, man. It look like nobody could touch me. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm a quarterback. What we got for lunch today? I love where I'm at.
Get our hands in.
Let's do it.
Hey, win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's get to it.
Hey, realize why we the hottest team in the league, man. It's because we work. Yo. Hey, fast, play fast. Well, I know it's hot, and I'm chubby. Just take me with you. You know, when you hit that league, just take me with you, man. I'll be your assistant. I'm dead too. I'll fold the best towels ever. Ooh, you dangerous. Let me get my run back. Got you. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Woo!
Stay together.
Our guys figured out a way to do it.
I want to thank all our fans. ISL record.
It's week number 16.
in the IFL's 2023 campaign, everybody. And things are heating up across the IFL. And speaking of heat, it is blistering hot in downtown Phoenix as we get set to bring you this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. How about 111 degrees right now in downtown Phoenix as we get set to bring you the biggest showdown this week in the IFL. The 9-4, first place in the Western Conference, Arizona Rattlers are set to take on a team that's battling for one of those top spots in the Eastern Conference. The 9-3 Massachusetts Pirates are in town, everybody, for this big showdown. My name is Floyd Simmons. My broadcast partner is Dale Hillestray. And out there in the bowl, out there where it's happening, the Snake Pit, it is heating up. This is a big one, Dale. This is a battle that means so much to the Arizona Rattlers, who want to secure, if they can, home field advantage throughout the playoffs coming up. For Massachusetts, they're trying to get a home playoff football game, and a big win tonight at the Rattlers would go a long way for them. How about this matchup tonight?
Well, you got two premier franchises. You got two great ownership groups. Massachusetts got out here 48 hours ago. That doesn't happen in the IFL. They realize how important this game is, how big this game is to their season, and they're looking forward to tonight.
The good news for the Pirates is they don't have to acclimate themselves a whole lot, because the atmosphere, the environment, the temperature, everything inside the Snake Pit here, the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, it's gorgeous. It's a comfortable setting. Outside, where it's triple digits, where it's 111, they just need to be thankful they're not playing football out there.
You know what, though? That does have a little bit of a mindset, Floyd. They still have to stay in the hotel. They still have to get off the bus. They still have to do things outside. I walked from my car around the side of the arena. I'm still sweating an hour and a half ago when I got here. So it will have a tad bit of effect. It's one of the things Kevin Guy always says. The reason he practices outside here is he believes it builds mental toughness.
The Arizona Rattlers have won 6 games in a row. They're the hottest team in the IFL right now. They've won 6 in a row, 7 of their past 8 games. How about Massachusetts? They're winners of 5 in a row, and they've also won 7 of their past 8 games. 2 of the best teams to do it out there, teams that met 2 years ago in the IFL's championship game and also played again last year right here. That was a victory for Arizona, a little bit of repayment for that loss in the championship 2 years ago. And there's the head coach, Kevin Guy, getting introduced to the crowd here as we get set to bring you the national anthem tonight. And they do it right. They always do it right here at the Footprint Center, the Snake Pit. This is the home of the Arizona Rattlers, everybody. We'll throw it down on the field for tonight's national anthem.
The Pat Tillman American Legion Riders Post 117. On this Independence Day weekend, we ask you to please stand if you are able and join us in a moment of silence as we remember those who gave their lives to fight for our freedom. Thank you. And now, performing our national anthem, please welcome Evie Arante.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
Let's hear it one more time for Evie Arante. And the pass.
Wow, stirring rendition of the national anthem to get us started tonight on this Independence Day weekend in Phoenix, Arizona. We are at the Footprint Center. It's the Snake Pit, the home of the Arizona Rattlers. Floyd Simmons along with Dale Hallestray, and they're about to toss the coin here in just a moment, find out who is going to get to start this one off. In a moment, I want to show you, speaking of coins, we're going to give you a little shot of what's called a challenge coin. We were given a couple of those by the referee, Reed Brotherton, here just a few moments ago. And Dale, I presented you with one, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little token that they've provided us.
It's really nice, and unfortunately, my brother was at the game here a couple weeks ago. He got a football. He did not share it with my grandson. I will share the challenge coin with my grandson, though, Floyd.
There you go. There you go. And those of you who out there, especially military personnel, know what a challenge coin is all about. We've got ours with the IFL here. Meanwhile, down on the field, Reed Brotherton, that referee, is going to get together with these two teams for the coin toss in this one tonight. And on Independence Day weekend, honoring military, honoring veterans. And we'll let Reed take over for a moment.
Right here. Thank you. Massachusetts, you're the visitors. Call the coin toss. The IFL logo is heads, teams, tails. What's your call? The call is tails, the teams. Mark? It's heads. Arizona, you've won the toss. You're going to defer your choice to the second half. You're going to get the ball. Which way do you want to kick? Go ahead and turn your backs.
So there it is. Arizona wins the coin toss, and we'll give up the ball first to Alejandro Benefield, the Southpaw quarterback, that great quarterback that Massachusetts has, coming off injury, played sparingly last week, and we'll see what he can do tonight against the Arizona defense. A quick check-in with head coach Kevin Guy, who we talked to just a few moments ago down on the field. Here's what Coach Guy had to say.
Coach Guy, the Pirates have had some success in this building in the past, okay? A couple of years ago, a championship win and a defensive struggle. It's a team that hasn't changed a lot in a couple of years in spite of coaching changes, but what do you expect to see from the Pirates tonight?
Well, they got a lot of talent, and it's really not about them. It's really about us and how we play, and we'll be ready to play.
And your team has been playing extremely well in spite of some changes throughout the course of the season. Where is this team right now? Are they dialed in, ready for the playoffs?
Well, we better be dialed in. We got 2 games before the playoffs, and this is going to be a big game. It's going to be a great test for us. This is a team we might see down the road.
So when we spoke yesterday, in spite of the fact that your team has risen to the top spot in the Western Conference, jobs can still be on the line, can't they, with the Arizona Rattlers? As you go to the playoffs, you've got to have guys ready for the postseason.
Well, this job is about performance. You got to produce, and it's week to week, and at some point you got to lock your roster in, league rules, for the playoffs. So we're trying to get our roster adjusted to make that run.
And how would you describe the overall health of the team right now?
A lot better in the last week, so I think we'll be at full force coming out of the bye week.
Yeah, good week of practice for you?
Pretty good. I thought our mindset was where it needed to be.
All right, Coach. Biggest game in the league this week. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep, big game, huge game for the Arizona Rattlers and the Massachusetts Pirates. Let's introduce the third member of our broadcast team down on the field. Standing by to join us, Sandy Charles. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd, thank you. Yeah, the Rattlers seem to have found the missing link to this team since they've acquired defensive lineman Harold Love. They haven't lost. I spoke with quarterback Drew Powell, and he said Love is the glue to this team right now. Now, typically the lineman is a nose tackle. Last week we saw him play all over the line. I asked Harold Love about this, and he said, well, actually, they're not using me enough. I kind of want to try it for his safety. But all jokes aside, he said he told Coach, use me where you need me. I'm a remote, he said. I'm very versatile, and he has speed for a big guy, he said. Send it back up to you.
All right, Sandy, kind of thinks of himself maybe as a Swiss Army knife, right? Plug me in, Coach, wherever you want. He pretty much plays the one spot, but he's a guy that's energizing this defense.
Well, he is. He's made a dramatic difference. And Floyd, you're not a big guy like me, but all us big guys have fantasies in our mind that we can do a lot more than we actually can do. Keep him at nose tackle.
Shane McInerney sends it away, and the opening kick is returned across the 12-yard line to the 13. That's where Massachusetts is going to set up their offense. Returning the ball, bringing it back was Jimmy Robinson. Welcome in, everybody, to Arizona Rattlers football. We're in downtown Phoenix, where it's 111 degrees at kickoff outside. We're just glad to be inside, and it's gorgeous in here. The home of the Phoenix Suns, the home of the Phoenix Mercury, and of course, this Arizona Rattlers club that's right now in first place in the Western Conference. The Rattlers playing for home field advantage. If they win out from here, win this game and their final game at home next week against Northern Arizona, they'll get the top seed going into the playoffs for the Western Conference. Here's a pass completed. Alejandro Benefield has that's Anthony Russo. Expecting to see Benefield play. He played some last week, saw him look good in warm-ups, but it isn't Benefield. It's Anthony Russo, and he delivers to the near side of the field, the guy that made the catch out there. Doesn't appear on my roster, and we're going to figure that out for you here in a little bit, who that jersey number 82 is that hauled the pass in on the dasher. Meanwhile, it's a first down at the Arizona 24-yard line. Here's the give straight up the middle, and a nice gain that takes it inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, where the ball carrier will be marked down. And we'll take a look at your starting lineup here for that Arizona Rattlers defense as they get to take their first shots out there against the Pirates. We'll figure out who that starting lineup is here in just a moment.
Well, that's one of the things, Floyd. Obviously, these teams, especially the successful ones, they'll make changes on the run. They'll make changes on Friday, sometimes on Saturday. Don't want to tip anything off to their opponent.
13 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock first quarter, and there's whistles. And a false start will be called.
3 players in motion. By rule, this is a false start. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So they'll reset things as, again, we take a look at this starting lineup for the Arizona Rattlers. And in the middle of that defensive line, Harold Love right there, you saw him just a moment ago. And taking over at linebacker, Connor Taylor. And those two good-looking young men right there on your screen. Devontae Merriweather plays what's known as the bandit position on the defense, strong safety. And Dylan Winfrey, who as a free safety is one of the best interception magnets the IFL has to offer. Always a nose for the football. Pass caught over the middle for a first down. Nice delivery, and on the receiving end was Darren Carrington, 6'3", 205, and that's a first down for Massachusetts.
Well, at first glance, you take a look at Massachusetts and their offensive line. My goodness, number 78, Wilson Bell, 6'4", 330. Their right guard is Donaldson, 6'6", 345. I mean, just big, large humans. We don't have a number 70 on our roster, so we'll figure that out hopefully too as we go along.
And the pitch out to the right side to Jimmy Robinson will result in another net gain, this time 7 yards to the 5-yard line, maybe even inside there. And we'll see if they mark him at the 4, and that is indeed where he is going to go down, just under 2 yards shy of the first down. You can get a first down right here. The first down marker is right at about the 2.5-yard line for the Pirates.
Looks like it might be a little bit of the same type of game that we saw last week, Floyd. The fact that the Massachusetts is fine, just driving the ball down the field, maybe shortening the game a little bit rather than trying to get in to a high-scoring match shootout.
And Robinson on the speed sweep, and he is tracked down from behind. A couple of guys got there. Chris Terrell was among those defensively. Also, Connor Taylor helped meet the running back for a short gain, and they're going to say enough. 2 yards. 2 yards the gain. First and goal at the 2-yard line for Massachusetts.
See the replay here. Look at those big offensive linemen just getting down the line of scrimmage, trying to get downfield, get movement off the line of scrimmage to give the running back a chance for positive yards.
And this ball is on the ground, and that's going to result in a loss. 7 yards lost, back to the 9-yard line. And the Rattlers get a bit of a break right there. It'll be second down and goal from the 9 after the miscue.
Yeah, you can see the snap. It's just a little bit high at the outset. And Russo almost reeled it in. You can tell that Massachusetts wants to run the football here early in this football game.
That is the quarterback, Anthony Russo. Puts him in motion on his right side. The blitz comes. The pass is incomplete. It was just a tad behind the receiver, Darren Carrington. The defender was draped on him as well. That's Dylan Winfrey in coverage, and it's incomplete.
Had pressure right at the middle by Connor Taylor. We saw a lot of that a couple weeks ago. Last week, you see him leapfrog the attempted block by Robinson, Carrington, and Winfrey. Little duel right there at the goal line. Winfrey, as good as there is in the indoor football league in coverage, and we'll get a hand in there.
So now 3rd down and 9, and that bobbled snap starts to loom a little bit larger. Throw toward the right pylon, the reach back, the catch is made, and a touchdown for Massachusetts. Javarian Anderson on defense is battling to try to take the ball away, but
rolling on the field, it's a touchdown.
And it's going to be a touchdown. And it's Isaac Zico is the guy on the receiving end of that touchdown pass. He's listed as number 88 on the roster, but I just overheard the public address announcer announce him as number 82 with the catch.
Pretty good coverage by Anderson. I mean, again, sometimes you just get out-executed offensively. That was a really nice throw by Russo and a really nice catch in tight coverage.
And this kick is going to be shanked wide left. The kick is no good. The point after unsuccessful. Ali Mortada is the kicker, and it just went left on him. And that'll be, with the inability to convert on that, we'll stay at 6-0. Massachusetts in front. Grab a timeout, everybody. First quarter action from downtown Phoenix. It's Arizona Rattlers football. We'll be right back.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
Back in for the kickoff, and the first points in this one belong to the Massachusetts Pirates. 6-0 the lead as you take a look at Isaiah Houston back deep to receive the Mortada kickoff. And we'll get rolling again here. 9:03 on the clock in the first quarter. Deep kick. This one should sail into the seats. It does. And that is going to come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be first down.
Will be placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
First down there for the Rattler offense, and they'll be led out by their reigning most valuable player quarterback. He was last year's pick and the year before as well. And we're talking about that great number 1, Drew Powell, who's jersey number 1. Drew right now ranks 3rd in the league in terms of yards per game. How about 183 yards per game for Drew Powell? The guy on the other side, Anthony Russo's had a great year as well. He is number 6th in the league. So 2 quarterbacks that know how to move the ball down the field. And Drew Powell will pump right, dump it out, near side. It's a Mo Walker, the starting running back in this one today for the Arizona Rattlers. We'll take a look at this starting offense that does include Mo Walker making his way back into the Rattlers starting lineup. Drew Powell, you know him as the leader of this offense, coming back after several games injured, and he has made his way back now in the past month and a half, has just played some great football. And how about Jamal Miles right there? The Iron Man. He just doesn't miss games, does he, Dale?
He doesn't. Plays physical, returns kicks, catches footballs, just absolutely tremendous. And again, the number one thing when you're talking about football, ability is good, but availability is best.
And they're going to fake it to him and go straight up the middle on the quarterback keep. And Drew Powell, after they gained 2 yards a moment ago, Drew will end up 1 yard shy. So that's a 7-yard pickup for Powell on his first run from scrimmage today.
And low power. The Rattlers like to run these plays. They got really athletic offensive linemen. That time, J.J. Coleman pulls around, leads the way. Cole Carter and Lamar Mady block down, pick up 9 yards, and give you an entire playbook to make calls from.
3rd down and a yard then. And they'll throw a flag. That'll be a false start on the receiver right side. That's Isaiah Houston. He got a
false start. Offense number 7 was beyond the line of scrimmage at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, it's oftentimes that they're beyond the line of scrimmage. You just can't be that far beyond the line of scrimmage.
No, and there's that. They give you a little cushion. And I think most receivers, most officials, most coaches know we'll give you a little leeway, but you can't be blatant about it. Obviously, in the Indoor Football League, they like to see points. They don't want to penalize the offense unless they have to.
They step off 5 yards, so it's 3rd down and 6. The ball at the Rattlers' 24-yard line. Motion on that right side. Drew Powell looking that direction. We'll get it out to Walker, the running back, and he is able to get some of that back, maybe 3 yards. And they'll put him at the 23-yard line of the Pirates. That'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down from that spot. On that 4th down coming up. 4th and about 3. Would imagine the Rattlers are going for it the entire way on this.
I would think so. I don't think there's a whole lot of hesitation there. And, you know, you got to put up touchdowns to match them. Big defensive line for Massachusetts, and they're really athletic in the back. And so let's see what they come up with here on 4th down and 4.
Never a doubt as they go for it on 4th and short. Pass is going to be caught by Walker, but he is hit immediately and driven back short of the 1st down. That'll only be a couple of yard gain on the play. Leon O'Neal Jr., the defensive back, came up and put the big stop on Walker, and that's a turnover on down. So after scoring first, the Pirates defense steps up. They get a huge stop, and just like that, they've got a chance of making an early 2-score lead as they take over the ball at the 22-yard line.
Well, really nice defensive concept there. They brought pressure up the middle. That time the Rattlers decided we are going to leak Walker out into the pass pattern. He did, but they had coverage on him. Usually that brushing linebacker is the one who's responsible to cover the running back, so if you let him go, running back's open. That particular time, Massachusetts changed their coverage a little bit, and were able to catch the Rattlers short of the 1st down. So you're going to see here, Walker's going to step up. He's going to slip the linebacker. Usually that's wide open, but there you got number 8. That's Leon O'Neal Jr., the defensive back, creeping in and making the tackle.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans for that great instant replay look. They are the exclusive presenting sponsors of Arizona Rattlers instant replays on our broadcast. Pass caught by the Pirates, and actually with the tackle forward, it ends up being an 11-yard gain. The initial hit was a yard and a half short of that, but it ends up being a 1st down to Zico on the pass from Russo.
Again, pretty good coverage by the Rattlers. I mean, Anderson's right there, just better execution by this Pirates offense. You got to be fairly impressed with Anthony Russo stepping in here, 6'4", 235 pounds, leading this offense.
Marker down.
The chain crew was not set. We'll reset the play clock to 25 seconds, and the game clock will start my ready for play signal.
Floyd, I got to tell you, it's one thing that really goes unnoticed in the Indoor Football League, the chain crew. You know, in outdoor football, you just get to stand there, and then you move down the sideline, you move down. Indoor football, you got to put the yard markers and all that stuff, and then you got to run to the other side of the field. Every play.
Try to get out of the way. You get a good workout. Here's a big hit delivered right up the middle. Devontae Merriweather showing why he is one of the league's great defensive players, leading tacklers as he came all the way downhill on the play to beat Jimmy Robinson before he could turn it up. It'll be no gain as Robinson gets up slowly. Now he's going to walk off under his own power.
Watch this explosion. Merriweather, again, he's listed at 200 pounds. But then there's 200 pounds, and there's 200 pounds that has hip explosion. Watch right there. You see the hips explode into you, so it feels more like 300 pounds hitting you. And you see Merriweather do that all the time, and yet he can go cover guys too. A lot of fun to watch.
Second down play for the Pirates. They'll throw over the middle, and another big hit delivered. This time it's Jermaine Dobbs who stepped up, lowered the boom on Darren Carrington over the middle, dislodged the ball. That's incomplete. Second down on the way.
Yeah, that's one of those where the receivers saying, maybe throw it to the other guy. As the defender right there, you got guys coming up, and Dobbs hits him right as the ball enters his field of vision. Brings up now a third down and long. Can the Rattlers force a fourth and possible field goal attempt?
The Rattlers defense making a statement with some very physical play here.
Massachusetts, they're first. 60 seconds in length.
You hear that? Massachusetts calls a first timeout, so we'll grab one. 3:37 on the clock, first quarter. Massachusetts 6, Arizona nothing. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Back with more first quarter action right after this.
Next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. Well, sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boost and Bet Rivers'
award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Back to the Footprint Center, everybody. We call this the Snake Pit, and you can understand why. The Arizona Rattlers call this their home. 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. Massachusetts 6, Arizona nothing. Motion to the left of Russo, and here comes the blitz up the middle. Throw deep to the back of the end zone, and a reach out for the catch into the party zone back there goes the receiver, incomplete. But what an effort. It's one of the distinguishing features of the IFL as Fabian Guerra goes into, like I said, that party zone back there. Didn't come down with it, but what a great effort.
My goodness gracious. We were talking before the game about when you're on the first, third base lines in the old days in Major League Baseball. I had to keep your head on a swivel for foul balls. When you're an indoor football league game,
number 70 is eligible.
You better have your head on a swivel because you don't know when players are flying into your table. And now it's fourth down. Rattlers have forced a field goal attempt.
Yeah, and that's a point to remember is that this Massachusetts team, they'll try a field goal almost any time they get to fourth down. The Rattlers just the opposite. Here's the try. It's blocked. Picked up at the 6-yard line. Devontae Merriweather loses it on the ground. Back to the Pirates. There's a flag coming in right as the tackle is made, and the Pirates have the football. Don't tell me they're going to end up with a first down on a blocked field goal. It doesn't happen often. I was watching. I was going to comment in the call about how Merriweather was changing hands to protect the ball. He might have changed it one too many times.
Well, I think they're probably going to get the Rattlers for an illegal block on the return. But the thing is, as a return guy on field goals, as we hear the call.
After further discussion, there is no foul for an illegal block below the waist. It'll be Massachusetts ball, 1st and 10. Timeout in the field.
Yeah, so it's a first down for Massachusetts off their own blocked field goal. The block was up the middle, I believe, is what they were.
Well, it was a block. The thing is, as a return guy, you get this ball, and it came to him fairly quickly. You got a bunch of big guys on the field. Those big guys aren't used to covering kickoffs.
Let's grab a timeout, everybody. Two and a quarter remaining. Wow, 2:25. That's not really a quarter, is it? 2:25 on the clock in the first quarter. 6-0 Pirates. Back with more Arizona Rattlers football.
With the final pick of the draft, BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Love this pick. Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats before betting her multi-game, same-game parlay for a bigger payout.
She's also discovered that they have odds boosts and award-winning customer service.
That's true, Dan.
And that Jerome can eat an entire pizza by himself.
Also true.
BetRivers sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Take another look at the blocked kick. And it was Harold Love who was able to get his big hand up there and come up with a block for the Rattlers after getting that break with the block. Unfortunately, they gave the ball right back. Robinson the carry, and Robinson is driven into the ground by Connor Taylor, the linebacker. 5-yard gain for Robinson to the 17 of Arizona.
Well, as I was saying, Floyd, the thing is on those blocked field goal attempts, you got a bunch of number 70 numbers in there to protect. They aren't in there to cover. And so if you're a return guy, your eyes get big as saucers. The ball comes to you because you're like, I've got to make one athlete miss me, and I can score a touchdown. And as you said, change the ball a couple different times. Ball comes loose, goes right back to Massachusetts.
So 2nd down and 5. Anthony Russo, the quarterback, throws. That's tipped, and it's intercepted. Connor Taylor comes down with a football. And so the Rattlers are going to have it anyway and prevent that 2-touchdown deficit. Goes in the air, the tip off of the offensive player's hands, and there's Connor Taylor with the opportunistic pickup. And actually, I do need to give credit to the defender. Is that Devontae Merriweather who tipped it up? I believe it was.
Watch him get his hand in here, knocks the ball loose. 2 Rattlers running to the football. Look at all the defensive backs in the picture. The more guys you have in the picture, the more opportunities when the ball goes up in the air.
And thank you to Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this. Nova Home Loans. Exclusive presenting replay sponsors for the Arizona Rattlers. 6-0 Massachusetts, but Drew Powell is back on the field for a second time today. The first time the Arizona offense unable to get much past midfield. They gave the ball back on downs. We'll see what they can do with their second possession. Deep, right side. One-on-one down that right sideline, and it's incomplete. And running down the field on that far side to try and make that catch for the Rattlers was, you're going to have to give me a little assist there. I think that was Jazaric Peterson. It was. And incomplete to Jazaric.
He's back after missing a couple games. Penton did a nice job in coverage. One-on-one down the field.
27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Flip it out to Jamal Miles, and he gets tracked down. Both defenses here coming out with some physical play. That was a pretty good shot delivered by Leon O'Neal after Miles with the quick little catch on the right side. 10 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, what jumps out to me watching Massachusetts in person for the first time, how much team speed they have in the backfield. Boy, oh boy, when you talk about O'Neal, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He looks like Merriweather for the Rattlers. Covers a lot of ground in a hurry, makes it difficult to move the ball.
Well, Massachusetts 6-0 over Arizona as we close out the first quarter. Yep, second quarter's on the way, everybody. Stand by. More Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
There's a look for you at the best dance team in the entire IFL, the Arizona Sidewinders, everybody. This game here tonight features two top teams in the IFL. The number one Western Conference leading Arizona Rattlers at 9-4 coming into the game. The Rattlers have the highest scoring offense in the league at 55.2 points per game. Massachusetts in second place in the Eastern Conference comes in at in third place, another high-scoring offense, 51.8 points per game for Massachusetts. On the defensive side, well, Massachusetts is at number 7, giving up 46.5 points a game. Arizona, number 9 in the league, they yield 47.7 points per game. But you just get that sense, at least I do, with the physicality so far, that this could be a defensive struggle throughout. Throw, catch, downfield, and that's going to be inside the 10-yard line of Massachusetts on the delivery from Drew Powell to Jamal Miles. Well done. 21, maybe 22 yards on the play, and it's first and goal, Arizona.
What a great route. Pretty good coverage by Penton, but this ball, look how quick it comes out. That defensive line for Massachusetts, especially up the middle. You've got a new signee there, Roderick Johnson, 6'3", 315 pounds. He was a couple-time USFL, all-USFL guy. Usually when you talk about those kind of guys, they're going to the National Football League. They're not coming back to the Indoor Football League. And yet he's back here in Massachusetts.
Fake it and take it up the middle. That's Drew Powell to the 6-yard line, gain of 3 on that play for Drew. Powell, by the way, has been the IFL's Offensive Player of the Week 3 of the past 4 weeks. He is putting together some ridiculous numbers out there, and it doesn't matter whether you ask him to throw or to run. Whatever you focus it up on, he's going to deliver, and he has been generating a lot of offense with this team the past month or so.
Well, the thing is, you look at him and you go, all right, he's got a really nice arm, makes good decisions. But he's 6'3", 220 pounds. He can run the ball every bit as good as he can throw the ball.
Jazaric Peterson, there's a marker down from the opposite side of the play. Peterson ends up losing yardage. A couple lost to about the 13-yard line, and we'll find out.
Illegal defense. Massachusetts, number 8, was inside the belt, not mirroring at the snap. 5-yard penalty, second down.
The Rattlers,
half the distance to the goal, second down.
The Rattlers are going to take advantage of that for sure. So the ball goes inside the 5-yard line. Our referee is Reed Brotherton. The umpire is Mark Warner. The head linesman, David Ross. The line judge, Todd Evans. And the back judge is Johnny Price. And in spite of a holiday weekend with folks on the road, got a pretty good crowd here today at the Snake Pit. Secondary tackle made on Drew Powell. And he got about a yard and a half on that play. It'll be third down and goal from just inside the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a misstep there. You're going to watch him fake the handoff here, and I'm not sure if he wanted to hand it off or not, but right there, because usually you hand the ball off if you're going to run in the hole where the running back's running. You pull it if you're going off the other side, and there was definitely Massachusetts Pirate defenders coming from that backside.
So the ball is at the 2-yard line. It's Morian Walker on the carry. And Mo takes it in for the Arizona touchdown.
What a nice drive. Floyd, that's what good teams are all about. You got your special teams block and kick. You turn the ball over, but your defense gets it right back. And what does your offense do? They take advantage of it. They go put points on the board. A little bit of physicality there. I think Kevin Guy trying to send a message. We're not just going to be finesse and throw the football around. We can try and hammer it at you with the best of them.
Here's McInerney's kick. It's good, and the Rattlers take the lead. 7-6 with 11:39 on the clock in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Back in a moment.
Timeout in the field.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boosts and BetRivers.
BetRivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Welcome back to Rattler Country, everybody. The Snake Pits, downtown Phoenix, triple digits outside, but nice and cool inside.
When did you drive down here, Floyd?
I drove down yesterday.
What was the temperature when you pulled out of your driveway?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
It's about 72 degrees.
You suck.
Pulling out of my home in the White Mountains. Here's a nice return. Cut it back. That's going to go to the house. What a return for Fabian Guerra. And he'll go into the end zone on a great return that saw him. I don't know if anybody even got a hand on him as he made a great cutback at about the 15-yard line. And from there, pretty smooth sailing for that Pirate into the end zone.
Well, Floyd, I wrote down some notes talking to Kevin Guy on Friday. One of you or Sandy asked him to grade special teams. Special teams probably one of the more disappointing things for this football team. And obviously you go down, you put a drive together after a turnover, you score a touchdown, the last thing you want is the momentum to be completely gone. And you're right, there was nobody there.
So that one goes to the house, and the short-lived Arizona Rattlers lead. See if they can get 2 out of this. The Pirates looking, Russo throwing, it's tipped away, that's incomplete. Jermaine Dobbs got the hand on it for the Rattlers. So the score will stay at 12-7, that 5-point lead for Massachusetts. Arizona just played their second game in the last 2 games played here at home where they didn't score in the first quarter. Dale got their first points in this one here in the second period. Remember the last time that happened to the Rattlers, all they did, I believe, was score 43, wasn't it? 43 points in the second quarter, which has been their highest output for the entire season. So we'll see if that plays out again here for the Rattlers in this matchup with Massachusetts.
Well, let's remember now, Coach Guy did say Massachusetts, he feels that they're the best team in the East. Feels like this is the toughest game for the Rattlers this season. And so, again, the things you can control, you want to be able to control. And special teams is one of those things. The bigger the games get, whether it's against Massachusetts, whether it's in the playoffs, whether it's in the Indoor Football League championship game, you've got to take care of that business. And that's something that obviously they'll be able to work on and hopefully work on here over the next couple weeks.
Drew Powell and company will get the ball back after Ali Mortada will boot it away. This is another deep kick that goes into the, it hits the overhang. That is like hitting one out in Yankee Stadium there, right?
Kicked out of play by rule. He'd be placed at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
So I've got to ask Floyd, I mean, do you have that much respect if you're Massachusetts for the Arizona Rattlers kickoff return team that you're just willing to give them the ball at midfield?
At the 25, right?
Because that does not look like he's trying to make a deuce. I mean, he's just kicking it deep. There's a difference between trying to make a deuce and trying to kick it deep, and that's 2 times now.
That's a good point. I'm going to say he's trying to hit the deuce.
Yeah. Well, that looks like one of my drives.
You're trying to.
I'm trying to hit the fairway.
You're trying to hit this fairway, not that fairway. Here's the give to Walker off the right side. He is able to turn it up for a couple of yard gain if it stands. Markers down from behind the play.
Illegal defense. Massachusetts number 65 was not down his stance at the snap. 5-yard penalty. It's first out.
Rattlers are going to huddle up while we check in down on the field with our Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Like Dell was mentioning, they are going to try and do what it takes. And I actually talked to quarterback Drew Powell about that and about Massachusetts' team. And Powell told me this is the best defense I'm going to see all year long. So I'm looking for that challenge, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the win. So exactly what Dale said. Back to you.
And I agree with him. I think it is the best defense that Arizona certainly has faced to this point. Probably for the season, they get a lot of pressure on Drew Powell, who throws a perfect strike to Jamal Miles for the Rattlers touchdown.
Watch this throw. Off his back foot, off balance, leaning back, pressure in his face, and watch where this ball ends up. He has about a 2-foot circle. Dasher board behind him, defender in front of him. Really good coverage by Roberts. There's just nothing you can do about that, and guess what? He's ours to watch and appreciate, Drew Powell.
Brilliant play, brilliant effort. Powell with the defense in his face. bearing down on him, threw the ball in the only place he could for Jamal Miles.
Massachusetts attempted to challenge something that's not reviewable. They charged a timeout.
Oh, well, so what do you think he might have been challenging right there? Wow.
I don't think it was the catch. I don't think it was anything down there. Maybe it was something before the snap. Something along those lines. And again, the one thing about the Indoor Football League, whether you like it or not, they're changing on the fly a little bit, coming up with some different rules, and the coaches sometimes are a step behind.
Hey, that clock, by the way, is not the actual clock. Just let you know, as the kick is up and good, 2 for 2 on the afternoon for McInerney. We actually have 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we'll get the clock situation straightened out for you, everybody. Look at it again. The great Nova Home Loans instant replay look, and a touchdown for the Arizona Rattlers. They lead as we continue in the second quarter right after this.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Thank you, Nova Home Loans. They are the presenting replay sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. The score here now, Arizona 14, Massachusetts 12. Another great game unfolding between these two teams. You go back 2 years ago to the championship game, a 37-34 win for Massachusetts over Arizona right here at this location. And then, as we watch, I believe that's going to be a successful onside kick attempt recovered by the Rattlers. Great job. Comes off the Pirates player right at the 10-yard line. And then the recovery by Jermaine Dobbs and the Rattlers.
Watch this onside kick. I mean, first of all,
the ball was touched by the receiving team and legally recovered by the kicking team. 1st and 10, Arizona.
Hey, it was the guy with all the great hair, Connor Taylor, who put the big hit on the up man on that front line of the kick receive team.
It takes tremendous guts by Coach Kevin Guy to make that call in a game like this. It's a 2-point game. You can kick off, play defense, those kind of things. He's a chance taker. Reminds me a lot of Jimmy Johnson, a coach I played for the Dallas Cowboys for so many years, in the way that he runs his football team.
Here comes Drew Powell escaping and somehow still able to gain yardage. 3 yards is the gain on that play out to the 8-yard line from the 5. And there's Drew Powell. He can run over you, run through you, and he can do this.
Well, I think he avoided 4 tackles before he actually got taken to the ground. It could have been thrown for a 3-yard loss, 2-yard loss. He actually gained yardage. And that's what makes Drew Powell so special.
7 minutes and 40 seconds remain in the first half. Here's a throw, and that's Isaiah Scott with a catch. And though he had his legs knifed under from him by the defender, Arian Penton, he made a great catch and held on through the catch to the ground.
Really, really nice job by Scott concentrating. You know when you get into this position as a wide receiver, you know you're going to take a hit. Up in the air, You know somebody's back there, way to concentrate on the football and come down with it. Isaiah Scott, 6'3", 230 pounds.
Great catch by Isaiah. 14-12, Arizona in front. Under 7 minutes left in the first half. One timeout remaining for Massachusetts, and Mo Walker driven into the wall at the 20-yard line. Again, that great catch, just a play back by Isaiah Scott. Sandy Charles, had to look pretty good from your vantage point on the field.
It did look pretty good. It looked pretty scary, too, because that defender came right under him. But I did talk to Scott at practice about the chemistry with him and Drew, and he said he was the fourth receiver, so he constantly was waiting for his turn. And unfortunately, due to injuries, he got it. And we saw what a great game he had last week. But he said the timing that he has with Drew, that all comes from practice and being on time, getting it right in practice. And said, he's like, that's why it makes it look so easy on game day.
Drew Powell lines him up. Fake it to Mo Walker, throw down the seam. That's going to be a little long for Isaiah Houston. He was open, had a step and a half past the defender, but Drew unable to connect on that. Well, Drew needs a little more pressure, I guess. Dale, remember what happened on that touchdown pass to Jamal Miles? 3 guys bearing down on him. That time he had a little cleaner pocket, so the ball, I guess it was a little too strong.
Well, what I'm going to tell you right here, Floyd, we can see that replay maybe one more time. Terrence Smith. Watch him come right up the middle. This is on Walker. Walker comes in to block. Does not block number 24, which is Terrence Smith. Your quarterback feels that he's protected. Running back blows the assignment. You get hit in the mouth.
Here's a pass caught on the far side of the field, and a great job escaping. And Jamal Miles, sorry about that. Isaiah Scott again. Scott hauled it in, got away, got first down to the 11-yard line. Move those chains.
Look at this effort. Looks like he's going to be tackled. Good coverage there by Penton. Just able to squirt his way out of that tackle and pick up the first down. Want to also give a shout out to Cole Carter, doing a tremendous job here in this first half, blocking Roderick Johnson, the nose tackle, newly signed by Massachusetts, who really gave the Arizona Rattlers fits in the championship game couple years ago.
Yeah, the ball is on the ground. The official says that Drew Powell was down first, though.
Is the runner's knee was down prior to the ball coming loose. Second down, Arizona.
Well, let's see if Massachusetts believes they've got something to review right here. Gain of 3 yards for Drew to the Massachusetts 8-yard line. There's a knee down.
Well, if I'm the indoor video operator, I'm not showing any replay because Massachusetts coach is looking up right now going, can we challenge it? I said, you know what? We'll go ahead and replay that here in about 18 seconds.
Yeah, I think if they reviewed it, they're going to get a favorable outcome because it looked like the ball definitely came out to me before the knee went down. So the problem for them is that they only have one timeout remaining here in the half, but also just one challenge remaining for the game. And it'll be a false start, so.
Delay a game.
Offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Kind of interesting because that play clock was running down too, and if I'm Kevin Guy and the Arizona Rattlers, I'm saying let's get a play run so they can't challenge that.
Right, I was expecting them to get to the line quickly,
line and run a play,
and run something. But on the other hand, that might have tipped Massachusetts and swayed them to go ahead and throw the challenge flag.
Sometimes while we're sitting up here, not getting beat up and sweating and all that, we think a little too much. Boy.
Yeah, I think the ball might have just been out. We'll see if the Rattlers can take advantage of their good fortune. Tuck it and run. Powell got a block on the edge by Mo Walker. Still fighting, and he's got at least the first down. Boy, what an effort by Drew Powell. And markers down with some extracurricular after that.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Picked up the first down. There's only about a yard between the first down and the goal line.
The result of the play, it's a first down. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 98 for throwing the football. That penalty enforced half the distance of the goal. It's number 98's first unsportsmanlike foul. Officials timeout for injury.
There is a Massachusetts Pirate down on the field, and I believe that's Roderick Johnson.
Yeah, that is Roderick Johnson. Again, you look at the size of him, 6'3", 315 pounds. Just a wrecking ball in the middle of the field. Massachusetts able to somehow, some way bring him back after playing in the USFL and for this playoff run for them. Looks like he'll be okay. But I've always wondered about this. Boy, so the unsportsmanlike conduct is going to cost him, what, 3 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches? You know, they're able to put penalties in the bank. Why not be able to put that in the bank and say, you know what, I want to use it at a later time? Because it's really not helping me right now.
That is a good. That's a good question, and I still haven't fully come to grasp what the put the penalty in the bank thing is. I know that they assess it later, and it's what it is they do it on points after, right?
Yes.
So you put it in the bank, and you get to use it after the kickoff.
After kickoff, correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Because again, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, usually that's a pretty dramatic penalty if you're out in the field.
Right. Yeah.
But it went from the 3/4 of the yard line to a half the yard line.
Yeah. Give me a choice so where I can cash it in for something more than a foot or so. It's 14-12. What a great game so far in a league that sees a lot of points scored. This has been a defensive battle. Here's the keep. That's the touchdown. Drew Pell goes in for the Arizona Rattlers.
Lamar Mady trying to argue for his guy, little extra pushing at the end here, but not very many guys going to stop Drew Powell from a yard out when he lowers his shoulder again. I feel like I need to reiterate, 6'3", 220 pounds, and when he lowers that shoulder, he is tough to get on the ground.
George Reyna to hold the ball, and Shane McInerney connects on it. 21-12. Now the Rattlers in front. So the Pirates, they opened up the scoring today in the first quarter on their first possession. They got 6 out of that. Took a 6-0 lead into the second quarter. The Rattlers then scored quickly to get their first lead of the game, 7-6. Pirates came right back, scored a touchdown. Did not get the point after there. Led 12-7 for a bit. And now 2 unanswered touchdowns by the Rattlers offense to lead 21-12 here with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first half.
I think what Lamar Mady was having a little bit of an issue with there was number 22, Charles Williams. After Powell scored the touchdown, drove him back out of the end zone, took him down pretty physically. Lamar Mady trying to stand up for his guy. For my money, I don't know if I've seen a better offensive lineman in the indoor football league than Lamar Mady. Pass protection-wise, run blocking-wise, getting out in the perimeter. And we've given Harold Love a lot of love. We talked about some of these defensive guys. Connor Taylor's coming and made a dramatic difference. Really haven't given a whole lot of love to Lamar Mady and when he came back. And his comeback kind of coincided with this winning streak. And he brings a certain attitude, certain toughness, and a certain, hey, I win mentality to the football team.
I agree with that. I agree. And really, I think has leveled up his leadership game this time around with the Rattlers. As this one will go into the stands, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line for Massachusetts.
Now, I believe that was an attempt at a deuce.
Yeah.
I do believe that was an attempt at a deuce, because I saw at least a little.
Out of bounds in the air by Rule, be placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
I saw a little angst out of the kicker. I think he was trying for the deuce there, and okay, you're okay with that.
And there is McInerney. That'll go wide left as you see it. And Massachusetts have the ball thrown on 20-yard line. We talk about Drew Powell a lot. That was his 24th rushing touchdown of the season. And imagine if he had a full season under his belt and stayed healthy the whole time, right? Great numbers. The guy right there that just takes the flip Jimmy Robinson, he is actually one of the great runners in this league. Jimmy Robinson leads the league in rushing coming into the game. He had 769 yards coming in, averaging 69.9 yards on the ground. So you've got two great runners, different positions to get it done, but two teams that, look, they're good at running the football, and that normally translates into very physical teams overall, right?
Yes, and that permeates through the entire team.
Second down at 7. Russo with time to throw, lets it go. This one is intercepted at the goal line. And back there, roaming around like he does, playing center field, he'd make Willie Mays proud. Dylan Winfrey has another interception.
Well, I want to point out two things real quick. This is Chris Terrell. I've been corrected a few times. Trying to get it right, Chris. Great pressure right in the face of Russo. Watch him have to throw off his back foot. Isn't able to step into it. Gets the interception. Previous play, real quick, before we go to Sandy. Devontae Merriweather. There's no stat in the playbook. He came up and blew up an offensive lineman for a teammate to make a tackle that set up that long distance on second down. It all works together.
All right, Sandy, what do you got?
Dale just nailed that. I talked to Dylan Winfrey, and I'm sure you guys have replay. I can't see that, but when I talked to Dylan Winfrey, he said, you need to talk to the big men up front, because when they throw an interception, the quarterback is scared, and that's exactly what Dale just said.
21-12, everybody. That's the score. Arizona in front of Massachusetts. This timeout at the 1-minute warning. The second quarter will conclude in just a moment. Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
BetRivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
The Arizona Rattlers, Dylan Winfrey comes up with his league-leading 8th interception of the season. And it was tailor-made. You talk about pressure pick, which is part of the defensive philosophy of Kevin Guy. Get some pressure, get some picks.
Pressure pick, and then you have coverage. Good coverage equals sacks.
Yeah.
And as a football coach, you will take pressure and interceptions all day long.
Morian Walker Jr. on the receiving end of this pass. Slips that tackle out to the 13-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Rattlers. So Dylan Winfrey, who has been an IFL Defensive Player of the Year in this league, got that big interception to turn away Massachusetts again. Listen, we might be looking at a preview of the IFL's championship coming up on August 5th. Certainly the Arizona Rattlers, who have finally gained first place after a long, long road. 6 wins in a row now. The Arizona Rattlers in first place in the Western Conference with this and one more regular season remaining. Massachusetts has one more game remaining after this as well, and they are in second place in the Eastern Conference. There's been a shakeup in Frisco. Don't know what's happened, but the head coach Billy Back, who's had so much success with Frisco and has been so highly regarded in the league, he is out as head coach in Frisco, so they have a new coach there. We'll see what that does. See if that shakes things up a little more than they would like with the Fighters. Great football team, but we could be watching two teams that eventually end up in the championship game in Henderson, Nevada on August 5th. There's a 12-yard gain for a first down to Jamal Miles.
I'm fascinated to watch how Kevin Guy runs this. He looked like he's going to go call a timeout. Clock stops last minute and a half to get the change right. But you do not want to leave much time on the clock. Obviously, you want to score. He's been a genius at this. You got 3 timeouts left. You can let this clock run just a little bit, trying to set up a screen.
Yeah, and the pass is caught by Mo Walker. Now, markers down that. He was beyond the line of scrimmage. His offensive linemen were way downfield, so this one's going to come back. He tried. The defenders, they really sniffed it out, so he broke away from his initial pattern, and he got out toward the flat, and all of that put him beyond the line of scrimmage. This will come back.
You got to give Massachusetts some credit there. Their defensive line red screen immediately.
There are 2 fouls, both by the offense. And eligible player downfield. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, number 7, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So they tried to set up the screen. Massachusetts did a nice job responding to that. Then the play took a little extra time, and those offensive linemen, they don't have eyes in the back of their head. They start to run. And so they were downfield. I'm not sure about the offensive pass interference on number 7. We're going to see the replay here. Don't really see it there, but
yeah, it was just out of the screen. Well, as Isaiah Houston was trying to block, he knew it was a screen, so he's trying to throw a block downfield while the ball's in the air, and one of the back judge, I assume, saw that. Here's a pass over the middle, and that's caught to get back a bunch of that. Nope, not caught. They say Isaiah Houston did not hold on, and it came out, hit the ground.
It's an incomplete forward pass.
So instead of a 12-yard gain, it'll be second down and 20 back at midfield, back at the 25-yard line. The Rattlers have all 3 of their timeouts, and with the incomplete pass and under a minute remaining here in the first half, they don't have to spend a timeout right now, not unless they want to, think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do that as the play clock just started. But, again, when you talk about the last minute of an indoor football league game, there is so much strategy that goes into it because, again, if you're Kevin Guy right now, you do not want Massachusetts to get the ball back before the end of the half, but you want to come away with points.
Drew Powell throws deep down the middle. Defenders converge, and the ball is caught by Isaiah Scott. Touchdown, Rattlers. Isaiah may not have been the first guy to get hands on that ball, Dale.
Boy, the only thing that matters in football is if you're the last guys to have your hand on the football. Watch this, throws it up, like double coverage. I mean, you got 2 guys going up for it. What great concentration, great strength of hands.
Yeah, that ball got tipped, and it just landed right in Isaiah's hands. And the Rattlers build on a first-half lead over Massachusetts. Good job by George Reyna, the holder, the backup quarterback, to reach behind himself to grab the snap and still place it in a spot that McInerney could deliver the point after. He's been perfect today, 4 for 4. And in fact, McInerney has really delivered on his points after tries here since he took over the kicking duties. The last 3 games, he has been pretty stellar. He was 10 or 12 for 12. Perfect 2 weeks ago. And he is still perfect today. I hope I don't jinx anything with that.
No, you don't want to talk too much about it, Floyd. You want to talk about it in the highlight film at the end of the year when they put the championship game together again.
Are you a big believer in
superstition?
In the jinx?
Yeah, it's called stupidstition, but it's real.
There's no doubt
it's real.
Okay,
I mean, I'm not superstitious, but before every game of my 220-year NFL career, I put my left sock on first.
Left sock first?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Don't ask me why.
Left.
If I started to put my right sock on, I felt weird.
And did you?
Mark Tuoney, our long
just
time.
Knew it.
Mark Tuoney, our long time left tackle. The guy had to put a piece of tape right on the side of his locker before every game.
Piece of tape. Okay, here's the return. Guerra is going to bring it back across the 15-yard line. So Zarek Peterson on the special teams tackle for the Rattlers, and the ball will be marked at the 18-yard line with 12 seconds remaining for the Pirates to try to tack some points on. They've got the one timeout remaining. Pirates do, probably as much or more than anybody in the league, see value in kicking field goals. So maybe this becomes an opportunity that they're looking at least come away with 3 points. The Rattlers, I don't think, would even give it a second thought. But this Pirates team, they take that kind of approach. A little more like an outdoor game approach. 28-12, Rattlers in front. And Russo drops the snap, gets rid of it, and throws it incomplete toward the dasher boards.
Now,
just trying
again.
to get rid of it.
All right, so again, I love all people. But, you got Russo, Anthony Russo, who played pretty darn good first half. That snap was about 3 inches to the right. He fumbled it. He's looking at his center going, you put it over here. Hey, I'm blocking Harold Love. All right, catch the ball.
And you're going to have to block Harold again. Snap. Pass caught. Right side, Robinson. And he is going to fight for the first down. He'll be right at the line to gain. Good job hustling from behind the play to get there and help make sure that this went no further. Justin Thomas, who comes in as the 4th defensive lineman today, getting some action out there right now on that defensive front for the Rattlers. And that's one way that you can earn yourself some more playing time. He chased that play quite a bit from behind, would not give up on it.
Absolutely, no doubt. This coaching staff obviously puts a priority on effort.
Well, here's that field goal try. This will be a 39-yard kick. If you factor in those pipes being quite narrower than in the outdoor game, well, it makes it feel like a much longer kick. Here's that try. This one is going to be up. Certainly long enough, and it's good. They do tack on the points.
And I think Harold Love just barely missed that.
And that kick is going to close out the first half. We've got an opportunity to check in with Sandy Charles and Coach Kevin Guy.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, from what you've seen so far, Drew Powell, he's been battling. What have you seen from your quarterback?
Well, he's battling. The whole team's battling. You know, this is, I think Massachusetts is the most talented team in the league. You just got to be physical with these guys. And we came out in the right mindset. Started slow offensively, but then we got going. And, you know, defense made some plays in the first half, and we get the ball coming out second half, so we need to come out and expand the lead.
From your point of view defensively, because it's been a defensive battle, how do you keep the pressure on them?
Well, we just got to keep making plays. You know, we ain't got to the quarterback yet, but, you know, they've had a couple of bad snaps. They had some miscues. We got some turnovers. So we just got to keep playing, and we got to win the trenches. We got to win up front.
Thank you, Coach. Floyd?
Yeah, you can make the argument that those things are happening so far in this first half. 28-15, the Rattlers in front. Dale, I do think that call that Coach Guy has given his guys to play physical against Massachusetts, that they are answering that call so far very well out there. The defense has, in particular, been very physical for the Rattlers today.
Floyd, we always talk about the skill guys, the pretty boys who only lift weights 3 days a week, the Drew Powells and the wide receivers and blah, 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 blah. I want to give a quick shout out to Cole Carter. When you're talking about this Massachusetts defensive line, they were unblockable 2 years ago. Cole Carter's battling his tail off.
Absolutely right. It's halftime, everybody. 28-15, Rattlers in front. And we'll get you halftime breakdown coming up in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able to help raise funds for local charities and schools. We've had time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Back into the Footprint Center, the Snake Pit, everybody. Welcome back to this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football and our halftime score. Arizona 28, Massachusetts 15. Welcome back in. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestray. Well, Dale, let me throw some numbers at you from that first half. First of all, the quarterback, Drew Powell, he has completed 12 out of 15 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. His 2 top targets, Jamal Miles, 4 catches for 58 yards, 2 scores. And our friend Isaiah Scott, 3 catches, 54 yards, and 1 score. Jamal Miles, 1 touchdown receiving on the 2 touchdown passes delivered by Drew Powell. So those numbers show an offense that's efficient, getting some good work done. How about the defense for the Rattlers? For a second week, this isn't a complete game in the books yet, but you remember that the last time we saw them play, they held one of the premier passers in the league to sub 50% completions, and right now, Anthony Russo, the Pirates quarterback, he's only completed 5 out of 11 passes. Says a lot about how good that defense is playing out there.
Well, and again, I think Coach Guy said it best to Sandy at halftime. It all starts up front, Floyd. I know Coach Kevin Guy was concerned about how are we going to block these guys. They're really good up front. Can we block them? Little doubt. Well, first half, they blocked them good. Defensive line-wise, just enough pressure to force a couple turnovers. You take away a special teams miscue. You don't want to give up a kickoff return for a touchdown, and you don't know what this game looks like. But if you said at halftime, Rattlers 28, Pirates 15, Kevin Guy will give you the ball to start the second half. You all right with that? He would be doing cartwheels even though he might pull a muscle.
If you take a look at the scoring graphic there on your screen, you'll see that the Arizona Rattlers are favored by 5.5 points. And, of course, they're playing a little bit better than that so far. And then on the other side, next to that Massachusetts Pirates graphic, you see the number there, 107.5. That's the over-under on what the experts say this game should produce. And you see it. It's well under at the moment. And Two good defenses, two of the probably the best defenses in the league overall.
You know, it's funny, Floyd. I'm not a gambler. I like to have a little bet here and there and all that, but there's a reason why they keep on building big hotels and more shiny buildings and skyscrapers in Las Vegas.
They know what they're doing.
It ain't because they're losing. Let me tell you that. It ain't because they're losing. It's kind of like you got to know this will be a defensive battle. Yeah, there might be a few more points scored in the second half, but this will be a defensive battle. Both teams are really sound. Both teams are really good, and as you said, I would not be surprised to see these two teams have to play again at the end of the season.
Very possible. The Rattlers, with a win here, can get that one step closer to making sure they get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. One win here, whether they finish with a win and finish with the first place seed in the Western Conference, will pretty much guarantee them a home playoff game in at least the first round of the playoffs, and that's just a couple of weeks away, everybody. Get ready for it. The postseason's right around the corner. On the other side, the Pirates are playing, as I look at it, as I break it down in my feeble mind, Dale, they're playing for the chance to host a first-round playoff game. It doesn't look like they can overcome the Frisco Fighters by what I saw in the standings. If I'm wrong about that, forgive me on that, but I do think that it really comes down to a battle between Massachusetts and Quad City for the number 2 seed and a chance to play at home in the first round of the playoffs.
You want people to come to Massachusetts. If you're you want them to have to come up there. And then guess what? Okay, Frisco has the top seed, and they win their first playoff game, we'll go there and challenge you. But there's no guarantee they're going to win that first playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And a big coaching change in Frisco. How does that impact the playoffs when they come around? Well, it's halftime here in downtown Phoenix. We'll grab another timeout. Everybody, it's 28-15. Arizona in front of Massachusetts. Back in just a few moments. More Arizona Rattlers football on the way.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. Where sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boost and
BetRivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Let's do it, baby.
Go.
Twin peaks! Twin peaks! That's on me. That is on me. I was thinking about spinning and I just kept going. Hey, coach ain't playing fair. Yeah! He like to wear the drip earrings and with the dangleness. He like to wear the dangle earrings, but I love him. Regardless of his earrings, I love him. Where Big B at? Big B! He the ball-headed one, that's tall. Huh? Don't that cop a little hard? Come on, man. It look like nobody.
How about big Harold Love right there, huh? And it's a little mic'd up from practice with the Arizona Rattlers. He's had a game today, blocked a field goal, and a great job. And meanwhile, folks, how about we check in down on the field as we get ready for the second half. Sandy Charles standing by with head coach Kevin Guy.
At the half.
We got to break them, okay? We got to break them. We got to win our matchups, and we got to break them right here. We got to get the ball second half. We got to expand the lead, and then our defense needs to take over. They're not used to playing from behind like this, and we got them out of character, so we need to break them. That's our mindset.
You told me before the game this was the measuring stick for your team. How do you assess at the half where you are at?
Well, we got to be the more physical team. We got to continue to do that, okay? You come down here in the desert, you coming in the heat, and we're cooking in the kitchen.
Thanks, Coach.
I like it. Cooking in the kitchen, everybody. And so far, they've cooked up a 2-touchdown halftime lead, 28-15. Arizona in front of Massachusetts. Rattler Nation, thanks for being with us. Second half to commence in just a few moments. Well, again, coming into the game, these two teams are playing for some pretty important playoff positioning. The Rattlers, if they win out, well, they control their destiny for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They would get the number 1 seed with a win today and a win next week. And that win next week would come right here at home again as they finish out with, that will be their 3rd straight home game to finish out the regular season, taking on the Northern Arizona Wranglers, who are sub 500 right now. But I'm telling you, Northern Arizona, they find ways to win, and they're always in games competitively. And you don't want to miss it. That's the final regular season game on your screen right there next Saturday, July 15th, 6:05 p.m. kickoff time. Get your tickets at azrattlers.com. That'll be the end of the regular season. If the Rattlers can continue to take care of business today, and then win next week, number 1 seed for the playoffs. On the other side, as I could see it, with my math skills fully engaged, looks to me like Massachusetts has an opportunity for the number 2 seed. If they lose this game, that could have some profound impact on what happens. Quad City is that other team there in the Eastern Conference battling for the number 2 seed. It looks like Frisco may have an insurmountable lead here with the last couple of weeks remaining in the regular season of the IFL. Well, I'm Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestray. Dale, halftime 28-15. Coach Guy, a moment ago, you missed his comments with Sandy. As you were returning with, I thought I saw a plate of mac and cheese a moment ago. Over there.
It's in my belly.
All the mac and cheese is now.
Yeah, it's in my belly.
It's now gone.
Yeah.
Well, I opted for the cheesecake right here. And
Lord, you've been blessed by genes that you can eat like that and look like you do.
Well, okay, I'm going to take that as a compliment.
At one point in my life, I looked at my mom when I was about 18 and said, I'm tired of eating. Well, now at 60, boy, I wish I did. You talk about superstitions. Don't ever say something like that.
You jinxed yourself
yes.
At the trough. Okay, well, I'm not tired of eating, apparently. But that cheesecake is as good as it looks. It's as good as it looks. Just the best stuff for you here at the Footprint Center. Everybody, we're about ready for the second half to begin. You see Jamal Miles back to field the kick. Will he get a chance finally to run a kick back? It hadn't happened so far. The two opportunities that Massachusetts had to kick the ball off in the first half, they chose to kick it into the stands. Here's a returnable kick, I think. Yep, going to bounce right into Jamal Miles' hands. And here he brings it out. Sidestep is tackled, breaks another, put it on the ground for a moment, recovers it at about the 18-yard line. It will be first down for the Rattlers as we begin the second half, everybody. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestrey, our sideline reporter, Sandy Charles, and Arizona Rattlers football gets underway once again.
Yeah, a couple times now you've seen the ball on the ground. That actually was not a fumble, but just scary enough that if you're the coaching staff or a fan of the Rattlers, you're like, come on, secure the football, Jamal. We love you. You're a warrior. Make sure you got control of the football because, in my mind, Floyd, this is kind of the ball game right here. Rattlers go down and score a touchdown. Then you could just trade possessions the rest of the game.
And one of the things that you missed, Dale, is Coach Kevin Guy saying their objective right now is to break the Pirates, to break them here early in the second half, break that spirit, and see if they can pretty much complete the turn of the tide in their direction. 12-yard gain on that pass play. It'll bring up first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
As a former player, Flash, always kind of chuckle to myself when coaches would come in and go, hey, it's 0-0 at halftime. It's 0-0. I was like, no, it's not, Coach. It's 2015. It's 0-0. We got to play. No, we just need to go down and score a touchdown right now and put this game out of reach because, again, there's no way that Massachusetts, as that ball was bobbled a little bit, I'm not sure if they called it a catch.
It's a catch, yeah.
Great concentration by Scott. My goodness. Look at that camera work by our crew.
Yeah.
Tremendous. I mean, all that, and I think they gained 6 inches. But, again, this drive's so important in my mind. Massachusetts stops you, goes down and scores. It's a whole new ball game. You go down and score, play some defense, and Massachusetts is in trouble.
Here's the throw, wide open, and a catch made for a touchdown. Jamal Miles pulls in the Drew Powell pass for Drew's third touchdown passing of the day. Jamal Miles with his second touchdown receiving. And the Rattlers are on the board early in the second half.
Wow. Look at that route. Look at that route. Look at the throw. Look at the timing. And now watch Drew Powell. Watch the pressure. It's coming right into his face. Right into your face. You're 2 yards away from getting hit, and you can throw a ball that accurately. It looks a lot easier when you're sitting at home on your couch, I promise you.
And the point after try is successful. The jinx, it didn't jinx. The jinx didn't work.
Stop talking about it.
5 for 5 for Shane McInerney. It's 35-15. Arizona cruising in the early second half going here. Stand by, everybody. More Arizona Rattlers football on the way.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, it's dance time here in downtown Phoenix. Outside, still triple digits. Let's see, it was 111 at kickoff. Let's find out what the weatherman. Oh, it's 113. It's only gotten toastier outside the Footprint Center.
I asked if I could wear my Speedo to the broadcast. You said absolutely not.
You did ask.
I've lost 40 pounds, Floyd, for crying out loud.
Oh, have you? Have you? Well, then.
I know it ain't enough.
If you'd have told me that beforehand, I might have agreed to the Speedo appearance. Here's the kick. Here is Robinson, and a big collision. Did he run into the back of his guy, or not even? I'm not entirely sure. Jacoby Taylor helping there right in the middle of that big hit that drops the return man at the 14-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates right there. And we'll see who comes out to run the quarterback spot, and that's Anthony Russo for Massachusetts. I'm interested in the status of Alejandro Benefield. He is the guy that led them to the IFL Championship 2 years ago. He's been injured. He did play last week. Catch made on the far side, and that is Isaac Zico with the catch, and he is going to be whistled down at the 21-yard line. So a pickup of about 7.5 yards on the play. Let's check in with Sandy Charles with some discussion on the Arizona Rattlers defense, you say?
Yes, thanks, Floyd. So, like you mentioned and you brought back, that Coach Guy said he's trying to break them. He wants to break the Pirates. Well, I spoke with defensive lineman Harold Love about this, and his exact words, we're trying to put fear into the league. We're on a mission. Back to you.
Yeah, a statement making opportunity in this game. That's for sure for the Rattlers defense. And this has been as physical a game I think I've seen all season long out of the Rattlers. And the Pirates coming in are a team that's known for their physicality. Surprising, though, think about last week, last game that the Rattlers played at home. All of the flags, all of the whistles, everything that happened in that game. Now you got two teams, arguably the most aggressive teams in the league, and we just haven't seen as many flags on the field out there. It helps the momentum, doesn't it?
There's no doubt, to finish your thought there, Floyd, there's no doubt that it does help the flow of the game. Now, again, remember, you got two of the best teams in the league, so what does that mean? They're two of the most prepared. They're two of the best technicians. All those things that go into play. So guess what? There's naturally going to be
unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 9, is first of the game. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Superstition. Way to go, Floyd. Way to go, Floyd.
I think
that's on you.
I think when he said number 9, he meant number 8, and there was Devontae Merriweather checking his jersey. He was looking down to see if, did I get the wrong jersey on today? Isaiah Scott wears number 9. He's a receiver.
And he's not on the field right now, so it'd be hard for him to get that on sportsmanlike conduct. But usually you get the better teams together, you get the better officiating groups together, and it's a much cleaner, smoother game.
Look at that block on the right side, and somehow Jimmy Robinson squeezes right through the tiniest of holes near the edge, and he goes into the end zone for an apparent touchdown.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
And when you're 6'6", 345 pounds, as Navon Donaldson is, watch him on the right side of your screen here. Bang, nice block.
That's how they draw it up, isn't it? When you're in the coach's room with the board, and they draw the X's and O's up there, and they show you exactly how this play is going to work.
Yes.
You know, with the lines and the seal blocks and everything. And
I just usually have not seen a holding call when you fall on a guy.
I get you. Russo with time to throw, and he does throw and complete it. Zico has it. He's got a first down. Nope, pardon me on that. That's the wrong marker. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, so pickup of 10 yards on that play. And tack a couple more on that after the finish there. So to the 9-yard line, got to get to the 1 for a first down.
It's just almost shocking when you look at the size of this Pirate offensive line. Donaldson, 345. Number 70 is not on a roster. Number 78 is Wilson Bell. He's 330 pounds. Boy, those are big human beings.
Pass caught, catch made, touchdown Pirates. Delivery to Fabian Guerra. And Anthony Russo has engineered an early second half touchdown for the Pirates. Coach Guy upset about something.
I think he's wondering if the ball ever crossed the goal line. Watch where he actually makes the catch. Is that across the goal line? I mean, it's close enough. I don't think you're going to waste a challenge on it right now. But you can still encourage the officials to say, hey, next time.
That's a pretty tough angle. The previous one, still can't really tell from that one. And then we have a look that's right on the line there, on the goal line, but the wall probably blocked that one. Russo to throw, and it's tipped by Devontae Merriweather.
Wow.
Incomplete.
Devontae Merriweather playing the game of his life. Reading the quarterback's eyes. Jumps over there, gets a hand on the ball. Look at this.
Timeout is taken. So we'll take one as well. 35-21 is our score, football fans. 8:07 remaining third quarter. 35-21. Stand by, more Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
As always, they're having a lot of fun at the Snake Pit. Why not get your tickets for the final regular season game as soon as possible? Get on down here. Enjoy some Arizona Rattlers football. They will wrap up the regular season next week here at home. Next week at home against Northern Arizona. That's next Saturday, 6:05 p.m. kickoff time against Northern Arizona. Go to azrattlers.com, azrattlers.com to get your tickets. If you just search Arizona Rattlers, they'll take you right to the website. Floyd Simmons and my broadcast partners, Dale Hellestray, as Pirates get set to send it away. And a line drive kick that is off one of the up men. High bounder into the hands of Jamal Miles, and Jamal goes down at the 20-yard line. So well played by the Rattlers on the attempt to try to mix it up a little bit with that liner off the guy up front. And we're going to get to see that Pirates team back on defense. A team that has a nose guard that played prominently 2 years ago in the championship game for the Pirates and somehow found his way back onto the roster here as we close in on the end of the regular season. He's back in uniform for this team.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, you got Roderick Johnson. He's 6'3", 315 pounds. Really dominated that championship game. Has went to the USFL and dominated. And instead of going to an NFL team or training camp, he's back here in the Indoor Football League. And I think all teams want their guys to go on and have success. So it'll be interesting to watch how Johnson finishes the season.
Yeah, and he got involved right there on the tackle of Drew Powell. Powell faked it, and he kept it, and big number 65 was right there to corral him. That guy right there is a difference maker as he comes in here at the end of the regular season to bolster that defensive line for Massachusetts.
He is. You see the bulk there. You see he's athletic. All those. He's an NFL defensive lineman. Be interesting to see if he ends up going there. But Cole Carter battling him tooth and nail all night tonight.
2nd down and 9. Powell all day to throw, and he does throw, and Jazarick Peterson's on the other end of it. That is incomplete. Jazarick could not hold on. It was off his hands, but broken up nicely by the defender. And it's incomplete. 3rd down and 9, straight ahead for the Rattlers offense.
Really good coverage downfield there. You got to give credit where credit is due. And Chris Ingram gets his hand in there, knocks it loose. You got the dasher board. Incomplete pass.
Take another look, everybody, at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Yep, that's one where maybe you didn't get the initial contact on the ball, but you've got to continue to fight as a defensive back, and it was a great job by Chris Ingram. The Nova Home Loans, the exclusive presenting replay sponsor for the Arizona Rattlers. Here's the delivery, and that went into the boards. Jamal Miles hauls it in. The clock will continue to roll on down. Ball at the 18-yard line after the catch by Jamal. And our score here, 35-21, Arizona leading Massachusetts.
So much in the simplicity of the game of football. Know where you need to be as a wide receiver. Quarterback trusts you. Quarterback throws the ball on time, makes it easier to pass block for your offensive line. Everything goes smooth. Jamal Miles brings that to this football team.
More time to throw for Drew Powell. He decides to keep it himself, and after a collision with a couple of those defenders, including the linebacker Leon O'Neal, who is very slow in getting up. He's going to stay on the turf for a little longer. O'Neal was there, meeting the quarterback.
Official timeout for injury.
Also, Roderick Johnson was right there when the contact was made. Look at this. Your quarterback is not supposed to be able to take those guys on like that. But that's Drew Powell for you.
Well, that's what always concerns me, and it seems to concern me more than anybody else, so I'm going to say it one more time. I don't need Drew Powell to get me 2 more yards by lowering his shoulder and running through a defender. I need Drew Powell to be ready for the next snap.
You need to get 2 more wins,
yes,
right?
I need to see Drew Powell standing on his 2 feet as his team continues to win football games. But you can't take that competitiveness out of a guy like him, and it's fun to watch him compete.
So pay attention as Terrence Smith has had to take over at linebacker for Leon O'Neal. O'Neal did get off the field under his own power, so he's probably all right. Here's a high snap, and Drew brings it down, and then Drew gets brought down. Great job, Lorenzo Hernandez shot the gap and makes the tackle for loss. 2 yards lost back to the 20-yard line.
And I'm going to argue with you a little bit there, Floyd. Not really a great job. It was the only guy who thought the ball should be snapped at that point was Cole Carter, who said battle his tail off. Watch the surprise on Powell's face as this ball comes. Nobody else knew the ball was coming at that point. Watch the front line here. The ball comes. Offensive linemen are still in their snaps and their stances. We'll give him credit for the tackle.
So 3rd down and 12. Now a shift on the left side of the formation. Coach Guy not happy about it and has to.
Game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
I mean, all he could do was express his dismay at his offense's inability to get the play run. So your delay right there, 5 yards lost. 3rd down and 17 for Drew Powell in the offense.
Well, and Floyd, we've talked about Massachusetts and them doing what they feel they need to do to make a run at this championship. Be remiss if we don't mention Ron Schertz, and we talk about Kevin Guy a lot and hasn't missed the playoffs. Well, you know who's been the owner the entire time that Kevin Guy's been here. That's Ron Schertz. And everything tends to flow from the top down.
This ball is incomplete. The official rules that the ball is
incomplete for a pass.
Moving forward.
4th down.
Incomplete as stated. Yeah, Ron, I haven't had a chance to, have a, couple of visits with him yet this year up in the broadcast booth. I'd love to love to get that opportunity before the season ends. So if Ron is out there, I understand he's not here today at the arena.
Well, he lives a different life than you and I do, Floyd.
Oh, yeah?
He said it wherever he is. He's told me it's 72 degrees.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't think that's Cave Creek.
Okay,
but no, he gives this organization every chance that it needs to win football games, and that's what you need from your owner.
Yeah, undoubtedly a field goal try, and that one is going to be perfect. What a great kick by Shane McInerney. He's perfect on the day. Points after, now that field goal there, and he tacks more on. And the lead is 38-21. Arizona in front of Massachusetts. Stand by. It's Arizona Rattlers football. More third quarter action. Straight ahead, football fans.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
(38-21). It's a comfortable lead for the moment anyway, with 2:33 remaining in the third quarter. Comfortable lead for the Arizona Rattlers over Massachusetts. Here's a line drive kick that will, boy, that's a great kick. It's into the end zone. Will be brought out. Guerra spinning out of a would-be tackle at the 5, able to get yardage out across the 15-yard line. And a marker thrown by the referee. I'm not sure if that's going to be thrown on Neil Apau, who was the guy who down the field stayed on a block for quite a bit of time on Jamal Miles.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Receiving team number 6 is first. Half the distance to goal. 1st and 10, Massachusetts.
So you'll see on the replay, I believe you'll see it right here. We'll check. And he just stayed on the block until Jamal Miles was driven into the ground. So we'll maybe get a better look at it right here on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Yeah, we didn't quite bring you the end of it, but
I'm just going to tell you, if I'm a Pirate fan, that probably is not unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to me.
You just kept going. Didn't hear the whistle, right?
No, you're supposed to play till the echo of the whistle, Floyd. That's what I was taught.
The whistle echoes.
Yeah, the whistle, because it goes on for a smidge. You play till the echo of the whistle is what I was always taught.
That's a new one, man. I'd never heard that one before. 7-yard gain on Jimmy Robinson run. Fake it to him this time. And a deep throw by Russo. That's going to come up short. And it kind of tailed a little bit on him. And now a late marker from the back judge, which I think is going to be pass interference on Jermaine Dobbs.
Well, I think it is too, and I think there was enough to call there. Here's
pass
my
interference. Defense number 5. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Here's my encouragement to officials, though, as I've talked to a couple of them before the game here today. Why did you wait 20 seconds? Watch. Ball, contact's here. Okay, you want to call it. If that's where the interference is, throw the flag. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Now you throw the... That's what drives people crazy. There's enough to call it. Throw the flag and call it. although I did like their communication here. Pass interference, make the call, let's move on. Better communication tonight from this officiating crew.
Now, on the other end, look at this. Look at Chris Terrell blow this thing up. Jimmy Robinson gets tackled by a guy being blocked.
Yeah, trips over.
Yeah, and he also, Terrell drove the offensive lineman back into the runner as well. A combination of things.
He did what we used to call that, Floyd, is running backs running to darkness. You're supposed to run to sunlight.
Run to daylight, run to darkness. Here's a throw into the stands out there, and the guy whose job is to stand there and protect the replay screen, the giant 85-inch screen over there, did his job well. Defended the screen really well. Now he's getting some love from the fans. Why aren't you out there on the field?
No, what they're saying is, why don't you throw the football up here to us? Remember, you get to keep the football as a souvenir.
Yeah, that's going to bring us, everybody, to the end of the third quarter. You see a countdown there. And our score, 38-21. I don't think we're going to get it's going to be the under for sure on this one today. Don't go anywhere. The fourth quarter is straight ahead, Rattler Nation. And a good first three quarters in the books now for the Rattlers. Stand by, more Arizona Rattlers football coming right up.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Back to the action, everybody. Welcome back into fourth quarter getting underway. Arizona Rattlers football. Thank you for joining us on the IFL's YouTube channel. And thanks for joining us as well on WTSMTV.com. Don't forget their post-game show coming up. At the conclusion of our broadcast from the Footprint Center, from the Snake Pit in downtown Phoenix. So anybody out there want to hazard a guess as to what the current temperature is? How about you, Dale Estrella? Would you like to guess?
Outside?
Yeah, right now?
114.
It's 113. Nope. It looks like we've reached the pinnacle there. Here is a pass almost taken away by Devontae Merriweather. Stepped in front. Pretty good job by the receiver, really, to turn into a defensive back and keep Devontae from holding on to that one.
Watch the pressure right here. Watch the pressure from Connor Taylor. Watch it right here.
A little whiplash activity at the end of it.
Pressure usually equals interceptions, and obviously your man's going to catch that 2 out of 3 times. That's a big hit from your linebacker.
Good job by Darren Carrington, the receiver for Massachusetts, to break that one up downfield. A lot of noise coming out of this Snake Pit crowd, and there's a Carrington catch, and he is going to fall into the end zone. At the end of it, a touchdown for Massachusetts.
Wow, that's one of those frustrating things. You play great defense. The Rattlers did bring up 4th down. You throw it up, and then your guy goes up and makes a tremendous play in the end zone. Remember, that was 4th down. Kind of throw it up, have nothing to lose if you're Anthony Russo. Watch this catch. 4 bodies, one's your own. Able to come down with that nice concentration by Darren Carrington.
Yeah, up close and personal on the vision provided by our camera crew, the Nova Home Loans Instant Replay. Nova Home Loans, your exclusive replay presenting sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. Here's a 2-point try. Pass is caught this time. And the guy that did make the catch is Isaac Zico. Well, 12:52 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. 38-29. This one not over yet, everybody. So you stay right where you're at. We'll be right back. More Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latino artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over 100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over 4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
It's fist pump cam time right now at the Footprint Center. The crowd having a great time, and they've stuck around. This is a great crowd today. I don't think quite as big as the 11,000 plus last week for Arizona, but a good crowd on an Independence Day Sunday afternoon in the desert. Those of you who are traveling about, thanks for joining us, and we hope that you have a great Independence Day weekend, wherever you find yourself. Hey, Sandy Charles, are you celebrating Independence Day this weekend?
I am celebrating, but I wanted to talk about the beginning of the game, the national anthem. Floyd, I'm going to be completely honest, before I did my first hit, I had to wipe away tears because the way she sang and all that passion and all the American flags out, I was crying.
Yeah, young lady, her name was Evie. I don't recall the last name. It was moving. So if you joined this broadcast late, I encourage you to go back on the YouTube replay. Go back and catch the national anthem. Yeah, phenomenal. There's a kick that comes in off the overhang.
He plays at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Arizona.
So Massachusetts continues to make it difficult for Arizona to get a return.
Well, now there's a flag down on the field.
That's right in the vicinity of where Coach Guy is.
Delay a game. Kicking team, number 6, for putting the football into the stands.
Okay.
That 5-yard penalty being forced. 1st and 10, Arizona at the 20-yard line.
So somebody scooped it up and threw it in the stands?
Well, I got to tell you, so we're blessed here with the Rattlers. Brandon does a fantastic job getting us notes and stats and information about the Arizona Rattlers. We don't get much on the road teams. We kind of scramble and try and figure. I'm still trying to figure out, are they going for a deuce every time? Because that makes absolutely no sense. You've cut the lead to 9 points. I mean, you still got a full fourth quarter. Was that an attempt at a deuce? Was that an attempt at we just don't want our guy have to tackle you? It'd be fascinating to be able to talk to their coaching staff about what the strategy is.
Yeah, terrific questions. Don't have the answers. Here's the speed sweep to Jamal Miles, trying to follow Isaiah Scott down the right sideline, and Jamal is going to finally be brought down near the 5-yard line. So nice pickup. Call that, I believe, 14 yards on the gain. They'll make him, well, down at the 7. So a gain of 13 for Jamalson. You mentioned about getting intel, getting information. And it can be difficult at times to get some road team information. That's just the nature of the beast. Teams will do transactions at a late hour oftentimes. I want to thank the commissioner's office, the IFL's commissioner office, Todd Tryon and his good people, because I was provided a corrected copy of the roster from their office that includes the transactions and the new numbers. So a big shout out and thank you on that incomplete pass that you just looked at, folks. Shout out to Todd Tryon, the IFL's commissioner's office, for doing all that they can to supplement and provide the information that broadcast teams like ours need to get through.
Defense, number 11, out the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
I agree with you. Commissioner's office doing a tremendous job. Watch Isaiah Scott here, though. There might have been a hold there, but he's frustrated because the turf monster got him. And if he could have kept his feet, that would have been a pretty easy touchdown catch. Holding call, keeps it first down, keeps the clock moving for the Rattlers.
Hand off to Mo Walker, who's going to reach out, and he does get there. The reach was successful, and Morian Walker Jr. goes into the end zone for a Rattlers touchdown.
Well, you just see the athletic ability of Walker. You see why they want him in the game. 6'2", 215 pounds, elusive. Can take it up the middle, run through contact. Fun to watch him play. You got two running backs who you can win football games with if you're the Rattlers.
Reyna the hold. McInerney the kick. And he stays perfect on his afternoon for the Rattlers, and they go back in front by a couple of touchdowns. 45-29. Arizona leads Massachusetts. Do stand by. Football fans, more Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
Next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boost and Bet Rivers.
Bet Rivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Arizona Rattler quarterback Drew Powell, everybody, 16 of 21 for 181 yards, 3 touchdowns here in the game today. He helps lead his team into the end zone once again. And here is a kick into the corner. Boy, beautifully placed. That'll be brought out by Jimmy Robinson, and he went the long way out of there, but finding his way through that coverage team of the Rattlers out to about the 23-yard line. And again, mentioning Drew Powell's day, he's really had a very efficient day. Hadn't been sacked, hadn't thrown the ball to the wrong jersey yet today. 3 touchdowns to go along with 16 of 21 for 181. Sandy Charles, what about Drew Powell?
Yes, thanks, Floyd. Well, like you and Dale mentioned, the Rattlers organization and how great it is. I actually spoke with Drew about that, and he said they are top tier. They do everything the right way so that he can focus on his job, and that is about playing football. So big shout out to the Rattlers, and like you mentioned, Brandon as well.
16-point advantage for Arizona right now. Jimmy Robinson right side, and Jimmy, the leading rusher this season in the IFL, and he should be about up over 800 yards rushing about right now. I'll check those totals for you in a moment. As we bring you back into the action, 9:35 on the clock, fourth quarter. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestrae in the broadcast booth for the Rattlers. What would you call this, Dale? What kind of nickname could we give our vantage point that we get to broadcast from way up on top here? Think about that for a moment as we watch Anthony Russo go to work for Massachusetts. Maybe a 2-yard gain on that, and then after Guerra, who made the catch, Fabian Guerra, he got driven backward, and they're going to say that the defender probably should have.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, defense number 10, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They didn't like Connor Taylor's continued push. Well, the official got some contact there, so.
He did. And again, I'm trying to measure my words. The officials watch these games. They listen to our comments. That's a bump you got to take. If you're the side judge, you're going to have some contact. There's nothing malicious about that. Nobody threw anybody to the ground. Nobody hurt anybody.
That guy agreed with you.
You let that play go, and I hope that he gets graded down on it.
And off to Robinson. He'll cross the 10-yard line on this carry. Short gain after the first down. And a gain of about 4 yards for Jimmy. Second down on the way.
And as far as vantage point, you know, if I can see the football field, it's a good vantage point. And we're almost 25-yard line, which is midfield in the Indoor Football League. Obviously, great lighting here at the Footprint Center. I would not change a whole lot of things other than I wish you'd finish your dessert so I could concentrate on football.
Robinson the carry. He'll cut back and go inside the 5-yard line. Brought down by Connor Taylor at the 3. It'll be first and goal. That should be enough to move the chains. First and goal for Massachusetts on the way. And that guy right there, Jimmy Robinson, has gone over 800 yards rushing this season. Now he is sitting right at about, well, with that gain there, right, 815 or so to lead the league at this juncture of the season.
With each play the Rattlers make, the Pirates run, the Rattlers win. The clock continues to run. Under 8 minutes now. Try and stop them one more time, get this clock to under 7 minutes. You get the ball back. The clock is your friend right now.
Robinson gets buried for a no gain on this play, and Harold Love right in the middle of it. You talk, the biggest guy on the field just brought down the smallest guy on the field, and I would not want to be the guy at the bottom of the pile there.
You know what? We've had a lot of fun with Harold Love. Whole lot of love. He's been such a dramatic personality on this football team, and such an impact football player. And you don't usually see that from 6'3", 340-pound nose tackles.
Throwing on second and goal, and the pass is caught by Zico. That should be, and it is a touchdown. Isaac Zico hauling it in for the Massachusetts score. And the game is still well within reach with 6:42 counting down, but by the time the kickoff comes your way, it'll be closer to 6 minutes on the clock. And Massachusetts is still very much in this game.
Oh, they totally are, but if you're Kevin Guy in the Arizona Rattlers, you could not have dialed up anything better. You're sitting here, there'll be 6 minutes left when this play is over with. Whether they try an onside kick or not, you're getting the ball back. You're in control of this situation, which is exactly where you want to be, and this play looked messed up from.
There is no play. We'll reset the game clock to 6:11, the play clock to 25 seconds. Start the game clock and the play clock. Am I ready for play for 6?
So now it's going to run a little more time off the clock. Remember, the clock is the Arizona Rattlers' friend right now.
Both teams with their full complement of timeouts remaining, and they wind the clock, and we'll be under 6 minutes by the time this one is said and done. 2-point try. Russo throws a dart. It's incomplete. Through his receiver's hands. Jermaine Dobbs was the defender on Darren Carrington. That one got there in a hurry. 5:47 on the clock, everybody. The score here is 45-35. Well, you get 2 points right there and make it an 8-point game if they could. If you could hit the deuce after that, 6-point game. It just seems like the Rattlers have played a more dominant game today than to be only 10 points ahead right now.
A lot of ifs there. Their kicker hasn't come within a country mile of making a deuce. Now, again, if I'm the Rattlers, I'm being fully prepared for an onside kick here. Because I think if you're the Pirates, you're saying, I don't want to just kick this ball off to them. Under 6 minutes left. We're down by 10. We can say it's a one-possession game. By definition, yes, touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a deuce. It is a one-possession game. But if we're looking at it in reality, we struggle with our 2-point conversions, and we haven't made a deuce. So, if I'm the Pirates, I'm looking at it going, I saw the Rattlers struggle a little bit last week on the onside kick. I don't know what our kicker can do. Maybe he's got one of those really tricky onside kicks. But it'll be fascinating to see what happens here in this last 5:47.
10-point advantage. Mortada to kick it away. Should be returnable. It will be. Right at the back of the end zone, Jamal Miles. Head of steam up the middle. And then knocked down, getting there, Darren Carrington. On special teams, he got some help as well by Neil Apau. And with 5:44 remaining, it will be Arizona Rattlers football at their own 9-yard line.
Again, offensive lines, in my mind, played a tremendous game tonight. This afternoon, Coleman, Carter, Mady. They've been battling their tails off against a big, strong, physical defensive line. Do they have 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in them?
Delivery on a hitch route to Jamal Miles, and he'll get 8 of the necessary yards.
And that catch looks so mundane, but that was not Drew Powell's best throw as a quarterback. You're going to see that Miles has to reach behind him a little bit here. Kind of reaches out a little bit. He sees color coming at him. He sees a white jersey. He knows he's going to take a hit, and yet he concentrates enough on the football to bring the ball in, knows I'm going to get hit. I'm going to pick up 8 yards. We're going to take our time with these play calls, slow it down just a smidge, and keep this clock moving.
Did not get a case of the alligator arms there, did he? Stayed with it. Here's the handoff to Mo Walker. Walker is going to be dropped for a loss, but there are penalty markers down out there.
They're going to get the Pirates defensive line for not having their hand on the ground when the ball was snapped.
Offside. Defense number 95 was in the neutral zone at the snap. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Dale, do you ever get a case of the alligator arms at when you're out to dinner with some friends, or when I do finally get a chance to go out to dinner with you? How's that going to? Just trying to figure out how that's going to work out.
Well, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that if that ever happens, You're very famous for inviting me an hour after I leave to say we want to grab by to eat, but I'll be more than happy to pay my fair share.
Very famous. This one is a throwaway by Drew. He stepped outside the pocket and then got hit, knocked down, and looks like that's going to be a marker on Leon O'Neal.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Not sure if it's half the distance to the goal since you're out beyond midfield.
Well, half the distance is like 14-yard mark-off to the 14-yard line.
Just a nice job of improvising by Drew Powell again. Nothing there. Coverage jammed up, receivers tripping over each other. All those things happening, and he just bought a little extra time, threw the ball, and drew the foul.
We now approach the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. This one delivered to Jamal Miles after his receiving teammates cleared out for him down that right side. Pretty good job by O'Neal to cover some ground, make up some ground, and get there. They'll make the stop. Stephen Roberts was in the vicinity for the Pirates as well on that. And for Jamal, it's a 6-yard pickup on the play.
Again, super impressed with the speed of this defense. Roberts was there. O'Neal was there. Boy, you got a lot of bulk up front for the Pirate defense. You got tremendous athleticism, linebacking core, and defensive backs. Again, I would not be surprised at all if you see these two teams play another football game this season.
Fake the handoff to Walker, and up the middle, or around the right side, pardon me, goes Drew Powell, and he'll be knocked down right at about the 5-yard line.
Well, again, you see this group taking their time, and Kevin Guy works in every situation. If you go and watch them at practice, they have the 4-minute drill if they're behind, 4-minute drill if they're ahead. How do you handle really every situation? In his perfect world, it takes him 2 plays, maybe 3 plays to score here.
And it's going to be a walk into the end zone for Mo Walker.
Drew Powell is signaling holding on.
Yeah, the umpire threw his flag.
Yeah, Drew Powell.
During the run, holding, offense number 7, 10-yard penalty. It's first down.
Kind of looked easy, didn't it? Maybe a little too easy.
We don't see it there. Obviously, the flag came inside. I'm just kind of relieved it wasn't on an offensive lineman, but remember, clock starts to run again.
Here's another look. This might show the hold right there. It is. The little takedown in the end zone.
And that's okay. If I'm Kevin Guy and the Rattlers, give me 2 plays to score my touchdown here.
Yeah, the clock, right?
Yep.
Milk that clock. First down now from the 10-yard line, and this is fumbled and recovered. Boy, the Rattlers have put the ball on the ground a lot today. They've only lost 1 of those. That was on the Devontae Merriweather interception.
Massachusetts, they're first.
Yeah, this isn't the way you want to close the game out. A little sloppy here.
Timeout.
And you're wondering, it looks like Isaiah Scott throws his hand up like I'm not expecting the ball as he comes across.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:54. 1:54.
If the ball was supposed to go to him, that's a really difficult timing play with a receiver running full speed across the formation and catching the football. I have a feeling he's supposed to clear the quarterback. So is the ball snapped early, cadence off, those kind of things, but you do not want something like that to influence the outcome of the game if the Arizona Rattlers.
It will be 2nd and goal for the Rattlers from the 13-yard line as they break the huddle. And Drew Powell lines his team up right of the right hash mark. Very wide on that left side, and Powell will throw over the middle. He's got a man. The pass is caught. Isaiah Houston for the touchdown.
What a fantastic throw and catch. I'm just fascinated to see what's going to happen here. Are the Rattlers aware enough they do not have to kick this extra point before the 1-minute warning? You can wait till this runs down to the 1-minute warning before you kick it. And I don't know why they're trying to rush up here and kick this.
I think I could answer that question for you. They're going to get it away. And they do right with 1 second. They snap it with 1 second. And the reason? Nobody beats that guy. The reason is because I think Coach Guy, who's applauding his guys for sure coming off. But he was on the far end of the field. He might have slowed him down a little bit. Either way, with the lead, he'll take those points. And Rattler Nation will as well. The 1-minute warning. The final 60 seconds of the fourth quarter on the way, 52-35 Arizona. This Arizona Rattlers football.
With the final pick of the draft, BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Love this pick. Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats before betting her multi-game, same-game parlay for a bigger payout.
She's also discovered that they have odds boosts and award-winning customer service.
That's true, Dan.
And that Jerome can eat an entire pizza by himself.
Also true.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Hey, we're back in, everybody. Final 1 minute straight ahead here in this matchup for the Arizona Rattlers. And if Arizona can win this and win one more next week at home against Northern Arizona, let's run that next game graphic, guys, so folks can know where they can grab their tickets. Next week is the final home regular season game. Arizona versus Northern Arizona, 6:05 p.m. on July 15th. Go to azrattlers.com.
I think that's 2 weeks.
Pardon me. 2 weeks. You're right about that.
My birthday's July 11th, so
you knew that.
So I know that, and
Yeah.
you guys, both you and Sandy, have plenty of time to buy me a gift.
2 weeks, okay.
And then we'll be back on the 15th.
Oh, so you're willing to accept a gift, huh?
Oh, late, early.
Look at that nice pickup. Yeah, into the wall goes the return man.
In the field is a runner was contacted into the wall. 1st and 10, Massachusetts.
Yeah, don't blame him for making the effort to take it downfield. Well in advance, I'd say happy birthday. Let's
game
say
clock operator, please reset the game clock to 56 seconds.
Let's say happy
56
birthday.
seconds.
Happy birthday to a couple of our team members. I don't know if we can get a shot of. Well, one of them is Andre Stevens. He's one of our camera operators who, for his birthday, went away. Okay, he's not here today, so he went away for his birthday. I think that's like yesterday. And then one of our other camera operators, Jim Hartman, having a birthday. I don't know if we can zoom in on him or not.
Are these guys important?
They are
like important, like you and I important, or
there he is. There's Jim right there in the middle of your screen as we get Russo delivering. Boy, he threw a fastball strike downfield. Zico on the receiving end, and there's the guy on the tackle is Jaravian Anderson for the Rattlers, and that'll go to the 19th first down for Massachusetts. Yeah, those guys are kind of important.
Oh, are they? Okay, I'm just checking.
So they're just kind of important is all they are.
I'm watching these chain guys, and they work for the Rattlers. They got to pick their pace up a little bit. They're getting tired here in the fourth quarter.
Look at the catch. Wow. What a catch into the dasher inside the 5-yard line. There's a marker down, though.
Is that going to be fan interference?
Maybe. That's Fabian Guerra on the receiving end.
Because of the catch.
Good pass, good catch. Massachusetts sensing the moment of urgency, playing well right now.
Fan interference against the home team. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Boy, I got a question for you. And yeah, you got fans.
Boy,
I don't know where the
interference.
There's definitely interference, but it's where's the dasher board?
Well,
and what's yours, what's mine?
Look, the fan is on his side. Maybe.
And that's what I'm wondering.
Maybe went over right there. Just
that's
a bit. Yeah.
What would stop like a Ron Schertz if you have to play a road playoff game?
How about that guy suiting up if they have
from
to?
Just buying the first row seats all around the visiting stadium, have your fans there, and interfere with everything, and that way the home team gets the calls.
Big advantage, right? Here comes a catch, the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. It's delivered from Anthony Russo to Darren Carrington. Carrington's second touchdown catch of the day, and Massachusetts, more points on the board. They're still hanging around with 32.7 seconds remaining in regulation.
Great.
I don't know. I guess you could go on the road and buy all kinds of seats up on the front row.
Yeah, they might be season tickets, but I wouldn't put it. Hey, Ron Schertz, he can get some guys out of those seats. Great. Look at that one-handed catch by Carrington. 6'3", 205 pounds. He's made some tremendous catches. Good protection up front by that Pirate offensive line. And boy, when you talk about game of inches, almost broken up.
Here's another pass, and this one caught for the two-point conversion. And as many times as they've made that effort, had they been more successful, this game would be, it'd be inside a one-score game at this point. That makes it 9 points, 52-43. And we'll have a interesting kickoff opportunity on the way for Massachusetts in just a bit. Do they go for the deuce? Well, we're going to find out, everybody. Hey, while we're in a break right here, I thought I would extend our Rattler broadcast congratulations. I'm sure the organization, Ron Schertz and Kevin Guy and the organization would also want to say congratulations to the most recent Hall of Fame inductees for the IFL. Let me run some names for you. Parker Douglas, a kicker. He was a kicker for the Sioux Falls Storm from 2009 to 2021, arguably the greatest kicker in IFL history. The all-time leader in career points with 896 points. And Parker Douglas was announced as an inductee. The induction ceremony will be on the day before the national championship game, the Dollar Loan Center National Championship game on August 5th. So on August 4th, Parker Douglas will be inducted. Xavier Jackson, a defensive end for Cedar Rapids and Nebraska between 2012 and 2018. Jackson is the all-time sack leader in the IFL with 81 and a half sacks in his career. He is an inductee. And finally, Tyler Knight, a linebacker for the Sioux Falls Storm back in 2011. And from 2013 to 2017, Knight is the all-time IFL tackle leader with 852 tackles in his career. The next closest is more than 300 tackles behind, and he was a two-time IFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013 and 14. Here's the Massachusetts onside.
Prior to the kick, timeout, Arizona, their first, 30 seconds in length.
Second time of the day that we've seen Leon O'Neal down sprawling on the ground in pain
There was no
for the
play.
Pirates.
There was a timeout by Arizona prior to the kick. There first.
Here's that onside try.
Again, in all my years of playing football, you put all your skill guys out in the hands team. It's called the hands team because all these guys can catch the ball, have ball skills.
There is no foul for a block prior to the pre-kick because there was no kick. Timeout, Arizona.
But the front line is supposed to go attack the guys that are coming down to wreak havoc on you. And then the second line is the guy who's supposed to catch football. Last week against the Rattlers, you saw once where the front line guy tried to catch the ball, and it did not work out well for the Arizona Rattlers. I think that Kevin Guy saw something, wanted to call a timeout, make sure everybody's on the same page. And you know, in the National Football League, they're trying to change this rule because that's obviously a huge hit right there at the 7-yard line. But you're trying to protect your guy.
The previous play is under review for targeting.
No, not again. If we're gonna go through all this,
well, let's have a look.
It starts to make it really difficult to play football, Floyd. You line up more guys on that side. They're running down. Their job is to attempt harm on you. Your job is to not allow them to harm your guy who's catching the football.
Previous play was reviewed. Personal foul, targeting number 10 of the receiving team. That 15-yard penalty will bank and enforce after the kickoff.
Hey, by the way, that's the second personal foul on Connor Taylor now.
Again, from that vantage point, his helmet looks like it hits him in the chest. That's not a helmet-to-helmet contact. Hey.
So there is a Massachusetts player that's gone into the stands.
Yeah.
And now more Massachusetts players are going into the stands.
That's again. You can kind of tell the discipline of your football team by this. There's absolutely no reason for a football player to be in the stands. Absolutely no reason. I don't care what somebody said. I don't care if somebody said something about your mom. What are you doing? I mean, I see number 5 there, Chris Ingram. What are you doing? Makes absolutely no sense. Floyd, there's some things I'm passionate about. One of them is, and I've never, ever, ever understood this. You've never proven your toughness to me as a football player after the whistle.
Let's check in with Sandy. Sandy, did you see, or what did you see down on that end of the field?
I heard the Rattlers start saying, "Oh, he's hot, he's hot." So I looked over and I saw him jump over.
Massachusetts.
Hold on.
Number 7, 77, 5, 8, and 22. Those players are ejected.
Pretty much.
The 15-yard penalty enforced after the targeting foul by Arizona. There'll be a free kick.
Pretty much everybody that crossed the wall was ejected, even if they were going out there, I think, to just separate people. They were ejected. I'm sorry, Sandy. Pick that up one more time.
The Rattlers sideline is what warned me first, and they were saying, "Oh, he's hot, and we didn't know. Then we looked over to our left. He was on our left. He jumped over and went. There's a fan over there. He was in the fan's face. I don't know what he said. I don't know what was said, but yeah, he hopped over there. Didn't even touch the wall.
Yeah. Again, what that is right there, that's number 8. Obviously, he jumped. That's O'Neal. It's the discipline of a football team. And this coaching staff, you got to stand up and you got to point the finger towards you. Absolutely no reason for that. Whatever a fan says from 10 rows up, you're going to jump the fence? And again, to reiterate once more, Floyd, for a guy who played the game for a lot of years, you never intimidated me by anything you did after the whistle. Take a swing at me, you curse at me, you call my mom names, none of that, man. What do you do between the snap and the whistle? And if your team does not have discipline, which obviously this Massachusetts team has kind of been thrown together, they keep signing guys and spend a lot of money on people. Sometimes this is what you get. I don't know why you're talking to the fans. We got people over there talking to the fans. Unless somebody's hurt, you can boo, you can cheer, you can do whatever you want to do.
Well, I think they've cleared it all up as far as taking care of any the players that are disqualified. There was some discussion with maybe some security personnel in the fans area, but let's get back to the matter at hand, which is that there's 32.7 seconds remaining in this one. Arizona's got just a 9-point lead right now, and Massachusetts will be kicking the ball again here in a moment, and you would assume it's an onside kick. Massachusetts has 2 timeouts left. Arizona with 2 timeouts remaining. If the Rattlers can make the recovery and take care of the football, they are, Dale, if they can run a little time off the clock, they can run the clock out without scoring. But they're going to have to get the 2 timeouts burnt from Massachusetts.
Boy, they can take a knee and run this clock out if they recover this onside kick.
They've got to do that first. Here's the high kick, and that's brought down by Arizona. And high pointing it, well, he went vertical, maybe didn't high point it, but Jazera Peterson is the guy with the good hands.
Awesome catch. And the first rule, as I told you the other week, of an onside kick is you have to be onside. And Massachusetts offside on this onside kick, so it didn't even matter whether they caught it or not. And now Massachusetts still wanting to talk about it after the game.
Offside, kicking team. That penalty enforced in the dead ball spot. Then we're going to enforce the targeting foul on Arizona and the unsportsmanlike fouls on Massachusetts.
So do they get like 6 unsportsmanlike conduct 15-yard penalties?
No, they only assessed 1.
Only 1.
You only get the
6 guys get kicked out, but only 1.
You only get the 1, yeah. Yeah, 6 for 15 is the exchange rate on that.
I want my money's worth. No, with 29 seconds left, you just, between the next 2 plays, you got to get under 25 seconds with Drew Powell taking a knee. Game's over with. I hope that Massachusetts coaching staff has told their players. I mean, I'm not exactly sure why Lorenzo Hernandez is raising his hand to incite the crowd. You're losing 52-43, and you got, I guess they need one more guy out there now.
29.5 ticks, and Coach Kevin Guy is saying, let's go, make some noise.
A little bit of rivalry brewing here, Floyd, and boy, I tell you what, it'd be fun to see these 2 play in a championship game again. There'll be some fireworks.
And I think that's what I think that's the energy that Coach Guy wants to punctuate this game with is, hey, we're going to see you down the road, we think. Certainly a strong likelihood that these are 2 teams that are there at the end. I know that Frisco has a lot to say about whether Massachusetts gets past the championship round of the playoffs. Both teams would have to win first-round playoff games if Massachusetts can assure themselves of they're going to get a first-round playoff trip. Question is, will they be home or not? Take a knee, and that'll be the end of the game. Final 10 seconds tick off, and Massachusetts will let the clock run down. Well, Coach Kevin Guy right there, and his team have made a statement. They have overcome the most talented other team in the IFL. I hesitate to suggest that Massachusetts is more talented than the Rattlers, but they are extremely talented. And Coach Guy is down on the field saying his final congratulations. And we're going to get a chance to talk to him in just a couple of seconds, everybody. Sandy Charles has him.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, battle tested all night long. We saw emotions were high towards the end, but let's focus on the game. Your offensive line had to battle that defense. What did you see from your offensive line tonight?
Well, I thought we were physical. We got after them. I thought our conditioning played a huge part in it, okay?